Hi everyone, it's Dana. Welcome to my channel this evening. Well, for me, it's like really early morning. Take a drink here. Sorry, guys. I should have done that long before I started recording. All right, so first thing I want to do, because I want to apologize, my video, the last video that I put up with the belly bands, cut off at the last minute as we were looking at all of our belly bands that we made. So it did cut off, so I wanted to show you the finished product of those. So we have this one, and I have stitched around these, and I ended up just stitching from on the top part because once I had put these little wooden snowflakes on here, I couldn't get past here with my sewing machine. So I went ahead and did stitch the upper part because the book pages were kind of coming apart a little bit. So that's how it looks with it stitched just on the upper part. And I thought that looked cute. And that one. And then I did take one and I did put it in the journal that I'm currently working on. So let's take a look at that. And here's how it looks on the page. Really cute. Super happy with those, how those turned out. Okay, so what I've been realizing is that as far as my embellishments and things like that go, I really don't have a lot to decorate with. So I got the idea. This is what we're going to make today. These little bitty rosettes. And these measure, let me get my ruler. These are only about 2¼ inches wide once they're all done. So they're small. So it's going to look really cute on a pocket. Let me grab just a pocket. This is just a little envelope pocket. I mean, that's all I'm going to need on that. Once I put stuff in this little tuck right here, just needed something to just go on there and just embellish it. And so these are going to be used to decorate stuff. So, which I'm really lacking in as far as things that are completed with layers and things like that. So these are really, really easy. Excuse me. So this is just my tester that I did. Now, when I was, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to prep. These are just, I got these at, I think, Walmart. It's a pack of their little mini baking cups. So this is the thing. See, there's no price on here, but they couldn't have been more than a couple bucks. I mean, because they're really, really small. And I mean, gosh, there's 100 of them in here. I'll have enough for the rest of my life. I'll probably, when I pass on from this world, I'll probably still have more of those left. So anyway, so we're going to prep these. I'm going to punch a bunch of circles because we're going to need that. And then we'll get going on decorating them. So let me just separate some of these. So what we're gonna do, I'm just gonna grab a bunch, and this will be a nice chit-chatty video, because a lot of this is just steps and putting them together, and then we'll decorate them. So I'm just separating all of these out, and we'll just work with however many I grabbed here. So I have 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, so you probably have seen these before if you've crafted for any length of time and been on YouTube. These are just cupcake liner rosettes. Okay, so the first thing that we're gonna do is just in one of these little grooves here, I'm going to do this close to the camera so you guys can see. In one of these grooves here, I'm just going to cut up to the center. And then we're just going to cut the center out. That's all we're doing. Just like this. And it doesn't matter if it's perfect because this is truly going to all get covered up. Okay. And then I'm going to take my glue. And when I'm working with bigger cupcake liners, I usually will use hot glue. But these are so small that I just used my regular art glitter glue and it worked fine. So just put glue right there in that first little groove, and then I'm just gonna reattach the cupcake liner just like that. And I mean, literally when you do that, you can't even really see where they're joined, okay? So that's what we're gonna do to start out with. So that was a close-up view. So I'm just gonna do that to all of these. And we can just chit-chat while we're prepping these cupcake liners. So it's like, right now, it's like 1 in the morning. My sleep schedule has been so messed up. Ever since the day a couple days ago where in my last video, I told you guys that I had to take an extra dose of pain meds. And anytime that I have to do that during the day, it messes my sleep schedule up so bad. Because I end up the next day, after I've had to take extra pain meds in one day, the following day, I just fight sleep all day long. All I do is sleep the next day. So what ends up happening is I end up with a totally screwed up sleep schedule. So tonight, normally on a normal night, I go to bed probably, I would say anywhere between midnight and like 2 in the morning. I'm kind of a late nighter in that respect. And so tonight it was like 9:30 or something, and I couldn't even keep my eyes open. And so I thought, well, I know I'm not going to sleep through the night. And so I thought, well, I'd probably only sleep for like an hour. And then it would just put my sleep schedule off by like an hour. And so when I woke up, it was almost 1 in the morning. So I had been asleep for like 3.5 hours. And there's just, I mean, no going to sleep after that. Once my body's had that amount of sleep, there's just no way I'm going back to bed. So I thought, well, I'll come and play in my craft room while my family is asleep in the rest of the house. So that's what I'm up doing tonight, is just, you know, messing around in my craft room at 1 in the morning. So it'll eventually line out. My sleep schedule will eventually line out. It always does. It's just hard for the first, you know, like week after I have to do that. That's why I normally will just push through pain instead of taking an extra dose of pain meds, because it just messes with my life for a while after. So, but that's okay, you know. I'm grateful to have the pain meds that I do to help me out when I'm having a really, really bad day. Okay, I'm just going to kind of do these assembly line style. So I'm cutting all of these out first. Now, I used to make these rosettes all the time with bigger, just regular size cupcake liners. When I was doing kind of more what I would say, I don't even know what you call it, more traditional crafting. I don't know. I don't consider making the kind of journals that I make like traditional crafting. When I think of like and I hope this doesn't offend anybody, because I'm certainly not putting anything down. But when I say traditional crafting, I'm talking more like mini albums, where you're working with more straight lines instead of torn. You know, I tear a lot of my stuff. I don't measure a lot of my stuff, so I'm talking about more of crafts where you're more precise measurements and things like that. And so that's kind of what I'm talking about when I mean more traditional kind of crafting. And so I haven't, and I loved making rosettes. It's one of my favorite things to do. And so I haven't really made this kind of embellishment for any of my journals. And so I kind of, when I saw these little mini liners at the store, I thought, oh, those would be really cute as smaller embellishments. And then I can kind of ink them and make them look the way, kind of what more my style is now. And it look, from my prototype, it looks like it's working out just fine. So, and they look really cute. So I was excited to do this. I feel like I'm more not really making a whole lot of progress on my journal as much as I am making like ephemera and stuff. But that's fun too, so I'm not going to worry about that. But knocking things over here. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my circle punch, and this is, let me get my ruler. I wish I knew where my 8-inch ruler was. I just can't, I can't find it. My kids have probably used it and put it somewhere. This circle punch is, looks like it's a roughly, oh, you know what? I'll measure the circle on the back of here. That'll tell me. It is a 1.5-inch circle punch. And I found that that was perfect for this. So, and I'm going to use craft color because I think that it's a color that if it shows for whatever reason, I don't mind that color showing. So, and you'll need 2 per rosette. So we have 2, 4, 6, 7 here. So I'll need 14 of them. So 1, 2, 3, 4. This is kind of weak and torn because I tore this for something. I don't want that weak edge being part of my circle. So let me just straighten that out. Okay, so that's 5. Let me just grab another little, I'm just grabbing out of my scrap bin. I've got a bunch of craft right here on top, strips and things like that. So let me just pull those out really quick. Okay, so that was 5. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, so we just need 4 more. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay, I'm just gonna rip this off. That's trash, and these can go back into my scrap bin. Don't need that anymore. Okay, so now let me just take a drink real quick. Okay, so now what we're gonna do is I'm gonna take each one of these rosettes And I'm going to kind of pinch toward the middle and flatten it. And I want to do that first because it kind of trains the liner where I want it to go once I'm going to glue it down. And it just makes the whole process easier. So I'm going to grab this like kind of in between my fingers and thumbs like this. And I'm going to kind of pinch in. It's not really working that well for me. I'm going to pinch in. There we go. And I'm going to kind of gather on the little pleats. And I'm just going to flatten it out. Just like that. And once I have it, then I can take one circle. I should have refilled my glue before we started. And I'm just going to put glue all around the circle. I'm going to lay it down. Then I'm going to take this and I'm just going to lay it right over the top of it. And I kind of stuck it in the glue a little bit. There we go. And then I'm just going to flatten it out. Just right into the glue. Just like that. And that part, it makes it really easy if you've trained the Rosette, trained the cupcake liner to go that way already. And that's, oh, it actually ended up fairly centered on the back. Sometimes it doesn't turn out that way for me, and that's fine because this is just the base where I can put glue to glue it onto something. So this isn't going to show. So if it's not centered, it's not a big deal. Okay, so I'm going to just do everything like that. That's what I'm going to do. Some pinch in, kind of gather in on the pleats until it flattens out a little. Put glue all over my circle. And then just lay it in the glue. And I'm using art glitter glue, so it grabs super fast. All right, there we go. There's another one. These turned out really cute. I was really happy with the prototype. Making rosettes was one of my favorite things to do. I know I said that already, but I have done cupcake liner rosettes in the past. I've done regular rosettes where you use your own paper and you cut the strip and then you use your scoreboard and you score the pleats on your scoreboard and you make your own rosettes. One year I did, that was really cute. I might need to do that again. I'm not sure who I would give them to though, because one year, probably about 4 years ago, it was before YouTube, before I was doing YouTube. One Christmas, I made Rosette Christmas ornaments, and I gave them to all my family and friends for Christmas at church and stuff like that. They were so cute. I was so happy with how those turned out, and they were so fun to make. And everybody loved them. And it's like, I wish I had a whole new group of people that I could send those to, because I would love to make more of them, but I have no idea what I would do with them once they were made. But they were really cute. Maybe this Christmas I'll do a tutorial on them, just so you guys can see how they're done, because you'll love them. They were really cute. And it used up a lot of, like strips of paper in order to like make the rosette itself. And I'm thinking they were probably about like 5 inches maybe in diameter. So they were a really nice size. They weren't small. And they were stunning. I just loved how they turned out. And so maybe I'll do a tutorial on those this Christmas time, so you guys can see if you want to make them for even your own Christmas tree or to give away to others. They were really fun to do. Okay, a couple more here. I spent part of the afternoon today working on, as I've had my Christmas stuff out, you know, just kind of seeing things that I'm lacking in my stash. And one of the things that I'd really kind of been lacking in was just like images, you know, like focal points, you know, like I have like this whole bag from the paper collection that I'm working with in this journal. But I didn't really have like a whole lot to work with as far as like focal points. I was thinking, oh, I've got to make a bunch of like journaling cards and tags and stuff for my journal. And I thought, what am I going to even use as focal points? Because I don't really have a whole lot. And a lot of that is because excuse me, a lot of that is because I didn't do Christmas last year. So a lot of the stuff that is in my stash at Christmas time is stuff that's kind of left over from the previous Christmas. And I hadn't done a whole lot of, I didn't do anything last Christmas because I had cancer. So, okay, so now that I have all of those done, I'm going to take the second circle and I am going to ink this just in case it shows. If you're not an inker, I always say this, then don't worry about it. But just in case any of this brown shows, and I don't layer things properly or whatever, then it's inked. So I won't mind it as much if any of it shows. So I'll just take a minute to do that. So anyway, what I ended up doing for the afternoon, let me finish the story. What I ended up doing for part of the afternoon today was I thought, oh, I'm really lacking in focal points. What am I going to do about that? And so what I ended up doing was going through my collection of Christmas stamps, and I ended up stamping out a bunch of, this is kind of the pile that I did. I ended up stamping out a bunch of like Merry Christmases and, you know, just some little stamps that I had, just things like this. I'm going to go through, I need to color some of them. Some of them need some color. So I got a pile of little like focal points now. Okay, so now what we're going to do is take the second circle, cover the back of it with glue as much as you can. Don't be stingy. Be generous with the glue. And then I'm going to center it. I'm going to center it on the rosette and glue that onto the top. And this is what I mean, like this is off center here on the back. I did not do a good job of centering that. Again though, it's not going to show. It's just to give you a base to put your rosette onto. So no worries, like if it ends up all screwed up like that one was, it's not going to show. So it just gives you the base. Okay, so the top, do pay attention. Try and center that as best you can, because that's going to be your base to be able to add stuff to the top of it. So I was super happy to spend some time stamping, and I find I don't use my stamps a lot. As definitely not as much as I used to. I don't like I don't card make and stuff as much as I used to. And so I find that my stamps and stuff don't get a whole lot of use. So it was nice to get my stamps out and stuff and do that. So now I've got a little pile of stuff, and I need to get my colored pencils out and color those up. Some of them I won't color. But that little, like, the little lamppost and stuff, I definitely want to color that one. Some of the ones have, some of the little stamped images have, like, little holly leaves and berries. Those are things that I'm going to want to color. Okay, just a couple more here, and then we get to decorate once I ink them all. These are really cute. I have some digitals that have part of the digitals have kind of some circular like ephemera pieces in there to punch out and use. And I'm thinking these would be really, really cute to use to make up some of these and put on top of the rosette, the little circular ephemera piece that's in that digital kit. Just a cute way to kind of dress up something like that. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to come around and I'm going to ink these. Just because I like that. Again, you do not have to do this part. If inking is not your thing, just skip this part. So I hope y'all are having a good day. I kind of didn't do really much today. Just kind of dealing with the backlash of having a double dose of pain meds the other day, and so I napped quite a bit, and that's why I'm up at 1 in the morning, and so I napped quite a bit and did some stamping this afternoon, and that's about it. Just been like dealing with pain and things like that, and when I have high pain levels, I tend to watch a lot of TV just because, like, I can't go out and do anything. I can't, you know, do anything that has any high activity to it, just because, like, I just can't. And so I end up watching TV a lot. And so any TV recommendations, drop them in the comments below. I'm a huge anime fan, and so I tend to watch a lot of anime, and but I do watch regular TV too. So if I find something that is what I like, I like reality TV. My guilty pleasures in reality TV: back seasons of Survivor. I love Hell's Kitchen. Just things like that. I know it's my kids make fun of me just for liking things like that, I guess. And I don't typically advertise the fact that I like anime because, like, people are like, "How old are you?" But I love it. I just, you know, I love it. And I don't make excuses for it. It's what I like, so that's what I do. Okay. So what I've pulled out is book page. We're definitely going to use book page as a base. And so I'm gonna need, oh, music would, this is the music that we used last time in our last project. So book page and music page can be kind of interchangeable. And then from my scraps, I have pulled, not this, these little strips. I have a whole pile of them in my Christmas scraps. They're double-sided, and they're the perfect size. This is the little piece I used for the prototype that I did. They're the perfect size for what I want for layering the paper. So I have these that I'm going to use. And I have my book page. And what I'm going to do is just tear, I want it to, you know, cover the circle in the middle. But also if it comes off the edge like that, that's fine too. And it's going to. I mean, that's just, there's no two ways about it. It's just I'm looking for more book page. And I thought I had more little strips, but I guess I don't. So let's tear some. Okay, this is all just pictures. But this one will work. I can use that one. I found this book at Goodwill. I was super happy to find it because one of the things that I always struggled with as far as book pages and using book pages go was like, what if I ran across, I got tired of having to scan the book page parts that I was using to make sure there were no bad words. Oops, I missed that completely. And so when I was at Goodwill, one of my last trips to Goodwill, I had found a big hardback book that was a Jane Austen collection, the whole Jane Austen collection. And it was like, oh my gosh, and this was like 5 lines of text. So I am going to pay attention to that because it works really well with then the other half of this to cover that circle. So I'm just going to count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 lines of text. And I'm just going to cut a bunch. And I know I'm probably off camera, but I'm just tearing these off into little strips like that. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So anyway, I found this hardback version, and it was the whole Jane Austen collection. And because of the date of publicity on those books, I don't have to worry about content on the pages. So it's what I use when I need book page, because I know that I can safely use those pages and know that there's not going to be like bad words and stuff. Okay, I just want to make sure that I'm in camera. I'm going to move these up a little bit. There we go. So I'm just going to kind of rip these. Just to cover up the top part here. Like that. And I'll ink afterwards. And like that. Okay. I didn't even use any music. Okay. All right, and then I'm going to just hand tear pieces of this. But I just don't, for me, I don't want to leave any kind of straight edge. And that's just my kind of aesthetic of what I like. So, you know, if you don't mind a straight edge, just use it. Use your straight edge. So we'll just tear these down. I just like what a torn edge does, and I may take more of that off when I go to glue it down. Let's use some, I have some red here too that I thought was really pretty. Use a couple of those. So anyway, I was super happy to find that Jane Austen book because I just got tired of having a skin, you know, I'm sensitive to, I don't want, you know, I don't want to sell things that have like bad words and stuff in them. It's not like, you know, don't get me wrong, it's not like I have the cleanest mouth, but it just, you know, I don't want to sell something of mine and then find out somebody was offended by something that was in one of my journals, you know, so. Okay, let's use this. It's just another little green design. Layer that on there. Don't think I'll do more than one of those. Let's see what else we have over here. These little snowflakes and the wooden, that's really cute, but I'm not sure if I want to use that or not. Let's see what we have on the back sides of some of these. Candy canes, stripes. Not super happy with those. Let me go back into my strips here and pull some more stuff. Let's see what we have here. Oh, this one's pretty. Let's use this. These are one-sided. That's really cute. It's still a little bit. A little bit wide. There we go, that's better. Okay, so let's see what else we have. Maybe let's do one in blue. Haven't really done any blue. All right. And I'm going to just take all these strips and put them back into my scrap bag. Just to get, kind of stay a little tidy over here. And I'm going to take a drink real quick. Sorry about that. And I'm going to ink, and I'm going to glue these down kind of just like this. So I'm just going to go through and ink everything first. So I hope y'all had a good day today. There's just been nothing going on. My daughter's in the process of moving out. She took a load of stuff to her new place that she's renting a room from tonight. She had her little car filled up because she doesn't have a lot of belongings. She you know, she's lived at home for, you know, most of her life. She did, like I said, she had moved to Utah and lived there for a year on her own. And, but she just didn't have a whole lot of belongings. She had a little studio apartment up there, so there wasn't like a lot of stuff, you know, most of like the whole living room, because it was a studio, was her bed, you know, so she had a bed and a recliner, and then of course her dresser and, you know, stuff like that. So, and at this place she's moving to, she's just renting a room, so, which is perfect. It's just, you know, she doesn't have to like get like an apartment full of furniture or anything like that. What she has is going to suit her just fine. So she took a bunch of clothes and her TV and things like that over there tonight, and I'm going to miss her. I'm super, super happy though for her. She's so sweet, and she thinks so much of others. She stayed home instead of moving out longer than a kid normally does, just because of my past and things in my life. You know, I was a stay-at-home mom of 5 kids, and she's the oldest by a lot. There's 5 years between her and her brother, who was the next kid down the line. And then there's 13 years between her and my youngest. And so when their dad left, it was, oh, I left a straight edge there. When their dad left, Vivian, my oldest, was just 18, and just, she was in beauty school at the time. She'd graduated, so she was 18 or 19. And she just felt a huge responsibility, and I never forced her, but she felt a huge responsibility to stay home and help with finances. And okay, now I'm just gonna glue everything down. She was just super sweet that way, and she didn't really have anybody that she would have wanted to move out with. And she certainly, as a just starting hairdresser, wasn't earning enough money to kind of live on her own. And so she just stayed home and helped me by, you know, helping with the bills and things like that. And she's such a sweet, sweet girl. Okay, so we're just going to layer these up and glue them down. My glue keeps getting clogged. Dang it. My pen just went flying. Did you see that? I couldn't keep my hands on it. And see what I mean about some of that? You can see some of the edge of that brown circle. And that's why I wanted it to be inked, because that's just gonna, you know, some of it's gonna show through on some of them, because I didn't tear the pieces the correct length or whatever, or the correct width. So I'm lining up the book page at the top, making sure that I've got this brown circle covered. That's how I'm doing it. Is at the top, I'm making sure that it's covered, and then at the bottom, if it shows, I'm trying to cover it best as I can, but like I didn't on that one. But we're also going to put a layer of lace here, so that should help too. Okay. Thanks for coming along with me tonight. I was like, I really wanted to do this, and I was up and couldn't sleep anymore, and oh, I was going to tear that off a little bit. Oh well. We're going with it now. Just go with it. That's what I always say, just go with it. If you've glued something down and you can't take it apart without ruining it, just go with it. everyone. Thanks for just coming along with me. I don't really have a plan right now. A lot of times I'll have a plan. Well, I want to do a video about this, this, or this, you know, and I kind of have a plan and how I'm going to go about things as far as schedule-wise. But lately I've just been like, you know, I'm working on this journal and it's definitely not coming along quickly because I keep getting distracted doing projects like this. But, you know, like I said, I really needed some little decorated embellishments too. So it all works together. Okay, let's get these last two glued down. And then I'll show you what I'm using on the tops of these. Sorry, I went quiet all of a sudden. Really cute. Oh, they're really cute already. Okay. Okay. Pin in the glue. I want to show you what I'm using here on top. I have this bag of little, just the bits that I've cut out, and these are from a, let me pull my little folder here. I was given several sheets of a graphic 45 Christmas kit, and this is called St. Nicholas Collection by Graphic 45. Okay, and there was one sheet in there that was just nothing but like little stamps and little postcards like this, and then just little stamps. And I thought the little stamps were perfect for the top of these. So that's what I'm using for that. And so I've just pulled out a few. Some of them are bigger than others. I'm not sure how how this big one will look, but we'll see. And then we're going to layer, before we layer on the stamp and the gems, I used just a little piece of lace. Let me show this to you again. Just a little piece of lace here behind the stamp. And this is one of the best things I've ever purchased. This is called Lace's Mini Grab Bag, okay? And they're just little itty bitty pieces of lace. They're like little scraps of lace. And they're by Journey of Crafting on Etsy. And I bought 2 different bags of these because I just, like, I use little bits of lace on everything. And so I thought this is perfect for this project, especially because all we need is a little piece. So that's what we're gonna do here. Ooh, this one's cute. This one's like a green. So let's use it like on a red, and I want to use this more open weave side to it. See, that one's kind of like you can't see the paper underneath, but this side has a more open weave to it. So let's use that on that one. This can go back in the bag. This is really cute. I cut this, but it's too big. So I'm going to cut it. Use that one there. And we can use That one there. Let's see what else we have in here. Oh, here's some blue. It might look really cute. We'll have to find a stamp that's kind of blue. I wonder if I doubled that up, if it would. Is it super thin? Nope. I think I'm just going to cut it right down the middle and use just half of it on there on the blue one. Oh, this is cute too. Do I like this more? Yeah, let's use that one. Okay, I don't see any red lace in here. Let's use some more of this. I really liked this. So just go through your lace scraps. Now, if you don't have lace, what else would be really cute to use is doily, paper doilies. I'm just going to cut this off just a little bit. So paper doilies would work just as well. I need one last piece here. This one's got some little threads on it that are catching on everything. Okay, we'll use that there. Okay, stuff all this back in here. Okay, and we'll glue our lace down. Some of this lace is kind of thick. I think I'm going to use Fabri-Tac on the lace. I didn't on the other one that I already made, but some of these are a lot thicker than the lace that I used on, especially like this one. So I'm just going to run through and glue these down. They don't need to be super straight. Haphazardly is fine. Okay, I get so sticky when I use this Fabri-Tac. I mean, it's wonderful and it works great, but see, oh my gosh, I get super sticky. Okay, one last one right here. And for this blue one, we're going to have to look for a stamp that has some blue on it. And there are some in there that do, so. Okay. Put this in here. Really cute. All right. Okay. So now let's just pick our stamps. Like here's one here. It's got some blue. This one's really cute. It's got little kids playing with Santa. So, and the little boy's got a blue suit on. So let's use that. And these all just have kind of little vintagey looking Santas on them. They're really, really cute. I like them a lot. This one has more green. Santa's in a green suit, so let's use one that's got a green background. That looks good there. Got 3 more. Let's see what one of the... Okay, it's a little big. It covers all of the paper, so I don't think I want to use that. Like if I put it here, you can't see any of the book page. This one just says, wishing you A merry and bright holiday season. I really like the Santa images though. Let me see what else they have in the bag here, because there's a ton of them. And there are definitely duplicates. Let me see if I've used all of the ones they have. I haven't used this one. That one's pretty. Yeah, a lot of them are just duplicates. That's okay though. That's all right. I'll use that one there. And we'll go ahead and do the wishing you a merry and bright. No, I really want to use a Santa image. Let's just use this one. Not my favorite, but we'll use that one. All right. Oops, I dropped one. Okay. Now I can put these away. Now, something else. These I got at Dollar Tree. These are little wooden things. Like, I definitely could have used one of those wooden Christmas trees on there. That would have been really cute too. Or one of the little wooden snowflakes. Just some other ideas. All right. So let's just, I want to take the white core of the paper away. So I'm just going to ink around and then we'll glue these down. My fingers are so inky from all the stamping and stuff this afternoon. I am not a clean crafter. Oh, I laughed and that whole stamp turned over. Okay, one more, and then we can glue these down. And I will just use art glitter glue to glue them down. It will adhere to the lace. I'm not worried about that one bit. All right. And it's a whole lot less messy than the Fabri-Tac. Got Fabri-Tac all over my fingers. But be generous with the glue because you are going over lace if you're going to use art glitter glue. I'm going to just kind of angle them a little so that they're not, you know, straight and symmetrical. That's not the look that I'm looking for with it. But again, you can do it however you want. If you want it to look straight and symmetrical, then you just do that because it's your project. You want to put this up kind of like that. There we go. Might need to go back with Fabri-Tac over that one though. It's that thick green lace there. We'll just see. We'll see how it does. If I have to peel it up and put Fabri-Tac on it, I will. Last one. Oh, nope, I need to do the middle one. It doesn't look like it's stuck to the lace very well. Let's put some more glue on there. Just in that one corner. Okay, now this is the last one. Hold that for just a second. I'm gonna leave my glue open because we're gonna do some gems next to finish these off. Okay, I'm gonna grab my red and green gems and I'm gonna take a drink. Okay, and basically what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna use like red gems on this one because it's mostly green, so the red will give it a nice contrast. And what I'm gonna do is kind of look at the piece and just kind of see where it needs a little something. So I'm thinking like right about here, and then I'm gonna go like right here. And I'm just gonna set those in the glue. And I put way too much glue on that one. There we go. Set that aside, and I'm thinking green gems on this one. So anything that's mostly red, I'm going to use green gems, and anything that's mostly green, I'm going to use red gems. I'm thinking definitely down here in the corner, and we'll put one up here. And I think while I'm at it, oh, come on, it's stuck to my finger. While I'm at it, I'm going to slip some Fabri-Tac under this one because it just does not want, the art glitter glue does not want to grab under that, onto that thick lace. There we go. That'll hold it. Okay. Thinking green gems on this one, so one here and I think one right there. Okay, let's see, one here, one up here. I love using gems on my projects. They're so pretty. Okay, I think I'm going to use red ones on the blue here. I think that'll look really pretty. The red with the blue. Ooh, that looks so pretty. Happy with that. Okay, two more, and then we'll look at all of them. Definitely red on this one. Here and here. I think red on both of these last ones here. I have got glue all over my fingers. I would not believe what my fingers look like right now. Okay, and then right here in the corner, just like that. And I'm thinking here and here. Okay. And let's look at these. They turned out really cute. These are going to be great for pockets and things like that. Okay, I'm well over an hour here. Sorry about that, guys. I'll look at them two at a time here. Okay, so we have these. Really cute. Here's our blue one. and these. All right, guys, sorry I ran super long tonight. I'll just end it here and say God bless to each and every one of you. Stay safe, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.